All right, so today we're gonna boil some crawfish. We got 36 pounds. Whenever you get your crawfish, the best thing to do is to put them in a cooler like this here, and then you lay a towel or something on there, throw some ice on top. That way they're not frozen, but that'll keep them cool. You don't want to freeze them. Make sure you dampen the towel there that you're gonna put on top of them. Put your cooler at an angle so the water drains out of there. So of course you're gonna need a pot with a basket in there. This one here is pretty big, but we can do 2 sacks if we wanted to. Okay, this is our Bayou Classic jet burner that we use. So you can't use your normal little turkey fryer burner because you'll be there till midnight waiting for it to boil, and then by then crawfish will be dead and your friends will be gone. So you got to use something like this. This thing here, when it takes off, you'll know it. All right, so these are the things that we're going to throw in right away whenever we start this. We have a sack of potatoes and we leave them in the sack. That way you can just throw the whole thing in and you don't have to search for them whenever you get done. We'll probably cut about 10 of these in half and squeeze them, throw those in. 8 or 10 heads of garlic. An entire bag of onions cut in half. So at a minimum, at least a few tablespoons of this shrimp and crab oil, but it's basically however much you prefer. Same deal with this. We're probably gonna put about 1/2 to 3/4 in. This is a 4.5 pound container. And then of course, towards the end, we're gonna add the corn. And the crawfish come out of the mud, so if you're filling it with a garden hose, it's not a big deal. Now we got all our ingredients in there except the crawfish, and that won't go in until we come to a hard boil. So we're taking the crawfish off the ice, and we're gonna come over here and we're gonna rinse them off because they still have mud and whatnot on them. So all we're doing now is rinsing the mud off of these things and picking out which ones are dead. Well, it doesn't look as dirty, but that's the second rinse. The first rinse, I didn't hit the record button, so you won't see that one. Got the hose man over here. He's running a garden hose. So these are field runs, so they're not sorted. You could go with select. The sorted ones are a lot bigger, consistently bigger, and because they're picked, you know, individually. But it's going to cost you 20% more, roughly. So now those will sit there until they're ready to go in the pot. Now you sit and wait for the water to boil. Take a look over here. It's getting warm. We're gonna wait until that comes to a pretty hard boil. Once it does, then we'll dump the crawfish in there. We'll let it come back to a boil and then just kill it. Kill the heat. You have to let them sit in there for like an hour. So we're just chilling out. Got Emily and Michael, Erica. And the cameraman, brother. Now you go ahead and throw the lid on and we'll bring it back to a boil. You can see we kind of have almost too much water in there. You should almost have to push them down into the water, but it's not a big deal. I forgot to tell you about the mushrooms. We're going to put those in too here because they suck up a lot of the seasoning. Got to clean that cooler out because we're going to put the cooked food right back in it. See, these bushes weren't always like that, so you got to be careful where you put your burner.
It's just starting to boil, so we'll let them boil for about 2 or 3 minutes. Corn slows down the cooking process so you don't overcook them. Cools the water down. Mushrooms just taste good.
All right, we'll check it in 15 or 20 minutes. Now, if you want, you can make some dipping sauce. You know, if it's too spicy, you can use this and that helps a little bit. All right, it's been about an hour and you can see they're sunk, so that means they're done, they're cooked, and they've soaked in the seasoning.
Time to eat.
Time to eat. Time to eat. Then there's a million different ways to do this, so if you want to purge it, you can go ahead and purge them.
Twist it apart. Suck the head. Crack the first couple members. Peel it off. Out comes the meat.
It was pretty good. The only thing that we probably should have done was not put as much water in because then it took longer to cool down, so they were just slightly overcooked, but other than that, they were really good. Like I said, there's a million different ways of doing this. I know some people like to purge them, some people just rinse them off like we did. Do it however you'd like, but this is how we do it. So thanks a lot for watching. Be sure to subscribe. See ya.